sometime when you're walking by, if you're walking by outside the library, take a look at the building, and what you'll notice is there's 3 rows of windows on the outside. So you think, if you're looking at Booth Library from outside, that we have 3 floors. There's actually 4 floors. And the reason why it looks like it's 3 outside is because this floor, the second floor, the 2000 level, is what's called a mezzanine floor. That means it doesn't extend all the way to the ends of the building. It kind of sits in the middle of the building. Over here on this 2000 level, these are books J through L. You remember upstairs we had A through H, J through L are down here. Now this is going to matter to all of you in the library assignment, because one of the questions I ask you is, how do you find a master's thesis in the library? And one of the ways you can answer that question is to say, I come to the 2000 level and I look for the book's call number LB, and that's master's theses. They're all located back here under the call number LB. I'll cover that again in the classroom, but I wanted to point that out to you right here. Across from us in 2000 level over there, that's a special collection. That's our government documents collection. We are a federal government documents deposit site, so we get items from our federal government. We also get some items from our state government. We have some things that are from other state governments and a few things from foreign governments as well. So that's what that collection is there. Now most government documents nowadays are electronic. Most come out online. We don't get a lot in print, but we do still get some things in print. And that can include pretty cool things, like we have a map collection in there, for example. Maps are produced by our government. So if you ever need to use a map for some reason, there are a number of them in there that you can choose from. Okay? All right, let's go down to the first floor. So this is the 1000 level of the library. This desk behind me is what used to be our 5th service desk, which is no longer, is closed now. And part of the reason for this is where we used to process periodicals, which is our journals and our magazines. Over time, a lot more of those are purely electronic. They're not really in print anymore. So as we had fewer and fewer print journals, there's less work for this desk to do. And with the budget cuts, then this seemed like a logical place where we would eliminate some positions because we had to. So those two things kind of collided, I guess. And now we have this sign up here that's saying currently this desk is closed. Every other service desk in the library is still open though. So this is the only desk where you can't get any help. Everywhere else you can. Down here on this level behind you, we have our current periodicals are on the left. So those are our print periodicals that we still have. We have what's called our leisure reading section. These are novels, and these are like best-selling novels that come out. Like for example, one that was really popular last year was 50 Shades of Grey. We probably have that. So those are books you can get just for pleasure reading, or if you're in a literature class. We also have a collection right here, which is our graphic novels. Graphic novels are basically kind of really large comic books, but they're very much more detailed. And then in these sections to the left and right, outside the atrium, is our book collection, call numbers P through Z. So you had A through H, J through L, and now down here P through Z. Okay? Any questions of anything I've covered?
So this tells us that the printed material, printed papers are declining.
Yes, printed journals are.
The journals.
Yes.
How about newspapers and magazines you see in Walmart and other? These are declining also?
Yes. Newspapers are staging a little bit of a comeback right now, but they were declining. Magazines are declining. It's just, people read everything online now. So. Back here behind this door, it's currently shut, but during the day it's often open, is what we call the scanning center. This is not a public section of the library, but when we put stuff into our repository, like faculty work or student papers or this kind of things, a lot of times they come to us in print and we need to digitize them. We need to scan them, turn them into a PDF, upload them into the Keep. That's where that happens, is back there. We have 3 or 4 stations set up to do that. Also, my office is back there because I'm located near the scanning center. So we're going to go down this hallway here and talk about a few more sections of the library. Yes, sir.
What department on this was this?
This was periodicals and reserves. That's a good thing you raised that. Reserves, by the way, if your faculty members put anything on reserves now, they're upstairs at that first service desk that we stopped at. Okay? All right, let's go down this hallway. Journal over here. So down this hallway, you can see we post journals so you can see the covers because it's just something kind of cool to look at. A couple things I want to mention here. One is this journal, Quality Progress. You guys all have a class called Total Quality Management, right? Let me tell you, when I was taking your that class, when I was taking your program, myself and someone else wrote a paper that the professor thought, well, this is actually pretty good. Why don't we see if we can get this published? And we worked to try to get it published, and we did in fact get it published. It got published in Quality Progress. So as you all are writing papers for your classes, think about those opportunities. You might have opportunities to actually get a publication before you even graduate, which could be very beneficial to you. Also, behind us, you can see these stacks here. These are actually not books. These are what we call bound periodicals. So when we collect something like Quality Progress, we collect so many issues of it, and then we put it together into a book form like this, and it becomes part of our collection. So bound periodicals run from the north end on this east side of the building of the library through here all the way to the south end. So if you're ever in the catalog and you're looking up the topic and you get a journal title saying look in this particular journal, if it's an older edition of the journal, it's going to be in bound periodicals anywhere from here down to there, A to Z. Okay? Let's walk down this way. This is the ground floor. This is the 1,000 level. Yeah.
Could come here.
Yeah, some of you can come to this side. Some of you stay over there.
Big crowd here.
So this is an example of library-specific technology. These are microfiche readers behind you, these machines. Now they can be two different types. This machine over here uses flat. So if you open this up, and pull this out, open this up, you can put a flat microfiche there. It will read it on this screen. The one over here to the right has a roller. So microfiche can come in a roll or it can come in a flat sheet. So here, for example, this is an example of a microfiche. And what this is in particular is this is a government congressional hearing, actually, that they produced. The people that talked at the hearing, they turned it into this document. And so all these little black squares are a particular page of that document. And so you can put this into the reader, it blows it up into the full screen of the page, and you can read it. If you're using one of these machines, then you can print it out, so you'll have to have your Panther card. If you use the black computer over there, you can actually turn this into a PDF and email it to yourself. So that doesn't cost you anything. So if you are able to, use that black machine to do this rather than print it out for yourself, unless you want the print.